Hello all, welcome to the series in SQL for Beginner. In the last lecture we have seen the difference between the data and information. In this lecture we are going to see the database in detail. So let's move ahead. What is a database? So we know that we have seen the types of data, that is the data can be in a textual format, number format, it can be an image, it can be an video, it can be an audio, and collectively we can say this is called as data. Now to store the data, we require the database. Now let's see what are the applications that stores the data as per the data type. Means if it is an image, what is the application in day-to-day life that stores only the images? So let's see data and database. So if the data is image, we can say the collection of image in an application called as Instagram. Instagram is flooded with the images. If it is a video, we can say the collection of video is in the application called as YouTube. If it is an audio, we can see the collection of audio in an application called as Spotify. So these are the example of the application that stores the data of this data type in their database. So what we can conclude from this, that collection of organized image is called as an Instagram, or the database of Instagram stores only images. The collection of organized videos is called as YouTube. Similarly, the collection of organized audio is called as Spotify. So with this example, what we can conclude is the collection of organized data is called as database. Now from this example, it's clear that what is a database. Now let's see what are the types of database. So in the types of database, we have a hierarchical database, we have a network database, we have an object-oriented programming database, we have a relational database, and there is a NoSQL database. Out of this, we are going to see the relational database. Now let's see the relational database. In relational database, the data is stored in a form of rows and column that frames a table. So data is stored in a table in the form of rows and column. So you can see an example in front of you, and this is what we used to do in our school days also. So whenever our teacher used to tell just take a data of all the students, we used to draw a table and we used to store that data in the table, because if you store the data in the table, it becomes easy for us to retrieve it. So right now in front of you is the customer table, which has 4 columns and 3 rows. Now row in a relational database or in a table is called as a tuple, and the columns that you see in front of you, that is ID, name, address and mobile, they are called as attribute. So rows are nothing but a table and columns are attribute. Now the question arises, why relational? Okay, why we called it as a relational? So let's take an example again. So there is a customer table from the e-commerce application, and there is a customer order table which keep a track of the order given by the customer. Now if I see the order, that is ID 1 Nokia 12002, but I cannot get a clue that who has ordered this product. Okay, because there is no relation between these two tables, whether that product has been added or ordered by Rohit, whether that product has been added by Mac, whether that product has been ordered by Harry, because these IDs are nothing but these are not your customer ID, these are your product ID, and ID is very important for each and every row to give a unique identification, because with that ID you can fetch that record properly, just like we have a registration number in our school days, so that in government system also we have our Aadhaar number, we have our PAN card, so that the government can fetch an information from that unique PAN card or unique Aadhaar number for an individual. Similarly, these IDs are very important for each and every table. But you can see that there is no reference or relation between the product placed, order placed, and the customer. So that can be made by adding a column in the customer order table called as cust ID, which stores the ID of the customer who has ordered that. Now you can tell me also, if I say who has ordered the Nokia product, so you can see the customer ID is 1, you can go to this column. Okay, you can go to this column and you can find the details of the person who has ordered. You can get the address to deliver, you can get a mobile to send him the delivery details or logistic details. Similarly, if I say who has ordered the Vivo, so you can see this column, oh, the customer ID is 2. Now you can go to the customer table and you can see the Mac, whose address is Pune, whose mobile number is this, has ordered that shoes as well as Vivo. So the common column between two tables frames a relation, and thus the database is called as a relational database. So over here, as you can see in the slide, ID of the customer table is related to the customer ID column of the customer order table. So this ID is related to this column, and that frames a relation between two tables so that we can retrieve the information of one customer who has ordered that product. So now hope why it is relational, it's clear to you. So in this session, we have seen what is a database, what are the types of database, and out of that we have seen the relational database. In the next video, we are going to see that what is a database management system. Stay tuned. Thank you.